As you wind up lost in the shadows, wind up where you've never thought you would wind up before. Captured by the Drow, you wouldn't wish this fate upon anyone, yet here you are, locked up in a dark cave, the cold, heavy water of metal tight around you, around your throats and waist. You are not alone, however. Other prisoners are trapped around you, surrounding you around this area, in an underground outpost far from the light of the sun. Your captors include a cruel Drow priestess who calls herself Mistress Lavara of House Mizrim. She inspected the site after you all were recruited, more or less, last session. Over the past several days, you met her several times, robed by silken garments, not robbed, one of whom has a massive scar along one of his side of his face and neck, given to him by, I believe it was, Mint? Let's just say it was Mint. Along one side of his face and neck. Mrs. Lavara likes to impose her will with scourge in hand and remind you that your life now belongs to her. She states, at one point or another, accept your fate. Learn to obey and you may survive. Her words echo in your memory, even as you plot your escape. Or at least try to survive from day to day. As you've been here for some time, you've gathered more or less the people around you. There is Buppido, Buppido, Buppado, a male Drow. Buppado is surprisingly gregarious, talkative, demonstrating a keen mind and disarming manner. This pleasant facade is more or less who he is, but in this underground passageway, it's tough to say. He's a rather old Drow, dark tint, with wispy hair around him, with just a bit of it on the top of his head, however. There is another one known as Prince Sterendil. This hulking ringtone in my background is the most menacing-looking prisoner in the slave pens. The other prisoners seem to give him a wide berth. If any of you speak with him, however, he seems more or less speaking with an urban elven tongue. There's also Eldeth Fenrum, a female shield dwarf scout from Gultgrim. Eldritch is high-spirited and proud of both her heritage and her people achievements in reclaiming the ancient dwarven kingdom. She has more or less come down here to demonstrate her abilities. She is stubborn, hates the Drow and all other corrupt dark dwellers, just as the Darrow and the Durgar. So, if any of you are that, I would advise caution. There's also Jimjar, a male deep gnome spy, as he claims himself to be. Jimjar is a feckless rogue with a devil-may-care attitude, a fondness for coin, and an obsession with being virtually anything and everything. Betting on virtually anything and anything. Once he gets into character, he simply goes for broke. There's also... Oh, right. There's a lot of people. Do you want me to just continue, or do you just want to meet them in-game?
Probably just meet them when we meet them.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Alright. While you were sleeping, go ahead and roll for me a intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy.
As time here manages to get the better of you, you more or less begin to just feel the passage of time grooming you. All right. Everyone seems to be more or less fine. Mintius, you managed to hear something within your mind, some type of echoing, scratching sound, some strange sensation behind your mind, just trying to claw their way in, more or less. You're not exactly sure what this thing is, but the more time you spend down here sleeping, well, maybe not sleeping, but the more time you spend down here, you feel that this thing will try to burrow its way further and deeper inside your own consciousness. Right now, you're simply in the prisoner site, located in, I believe, section 12, from what you can see. So you're rounded up in a corner without really too much to do. Everyone else around you seems to be more or less miserable, which is, suffice to say, pretty miserable. Right now, you were just given small bits and trinkets of food to eat. Is there anything you're doing in the meantime?
So are we like in a cage or chained to the wall or anything?
Currently, since you're in the cage system, you aren't chained to anything other than the shackles around your feet and arms.
Are we all in the same cell?
You are all currently in the same cell with the various NPCs I mentioned, but halfway through give up on mentioning.
Listen, we're the A-team, okay?
How many guards are at post right now?
Currently posted in front of the cells are 2 guards. How strong they are might vary, but that's more or less what's currently happening with you right now. Oh yeah. From top to bottom on how Discord is displaying it. So Mint will go first, then Huntsman, then Mal, then Ralton, then Soap. Describe the one item you decided to keep that was more or less useless from them taking it.
Akios, lead us off.
So that's Akios going first.
I think. Oh, okay.
I have a ladle.
All right. One ladle. Huntsman.
I have paper, like a wreath of paper that's just like loose and there's nothing there, like nothing on it.
All right, good to know. Mel.
I've got a bag of sand, which the guys even added more sand for me, so extra sand for me.
That is very true. All right, Ralton.
I kept the magic wand with toothpick thing.
All right, because they just think it's a toothpick.
Yeah.
That's fair, and I think you also have the invisible cloak they couldn't see.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I still have that too. Thank you.
All right,
Yeah.
and so
An empty water skin.
do you want it empty?
A water skin.
Okay. I mean, it's a system of water that, well, I see no reason why they would dump it, other than just to be an ass, and they would. I'm talking myself into emptying it. No, it's fine. You can have some water.
Half a water skin.
Okay. Looking around, you do see that the people around you, not surrounding you, but in the same cage system, are more or less just keeping an eye out for you and the rest of the area. You're just wondering what's going to happen next. Are you doing anything?
Well, we're all conspiring, I imagine.
I would be trying to pick the locks on my. Because we have chains on us, you said?
You do have chains on you currently.
But we're inside a prison cell as well.
Yes.
We have handcuffs and like ankle cuffs.
Correct.
Oh. I got you. I see. Interesting.
All right. So you're trying to figure out a way to get out of this situation, which is fair. If there's any NPC you want to include in this, or do you want to just be the people that you just wound up being with?
Let's put it this way: once we instigate the prison riot, if any particularly interesting ones want to come with us.
Leave it open.
All right. Well then that's left open then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
What
don't
did
know
I'm
about
trying to
anybody
think.
else.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm just trying to think as to what to do. I mean, if my hands are bound and my legs are bound, there's nothing I can do other than,
Well, wait. So we have the cuffs on, but they're not. The chains aren't on us right now, right?
There's nothing tying you to the room. It's just tying you to your arm and leg and leg. Think if you've ever seen it, any chain gang movies. I'm thinking
Yeah,
one particularly, but
Brother, where art thou?
yes, thank you.
I understand. Okay, and yeah.
Are the guards currently looking towards us, or are they just keeping an eye out generally?
They're keeping an eye out in general, as if they're waiting for someone to come by.
Do they care? Are there other prisoners without cuffs on? Like, do they care that we're in cuffs? I know that sounds silly.
No, that makes more or less sense. There's really no one that isn't cuffed except for one individual. Someone named Bupado.
Bopido.
Sorry, it's just a weird name. He's the only one without cuffs.
He's the talkative one, I think, is what you said earlier.
Correct.
My character will go up and approach him. Bopido.
And murder him?
No! I don't want to murder it. He's a prisoner, right?
Correct.
That's just talking a lot.
He is one that talks a lot, yes.
Can I roll? Like, I just wanted to ask him why he has no cuffs on and why they don't care about it.
Okay. This is my makeshift map. Enjoy it. These are the NPCs in the room, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, long workday, did not have time to actually do the map.
Oh, relax. You're good.
No worries.
Oh, there's two.
They cloned him when we were sleeping. Ah.
That's weird. Why is Roswin's the only one that's formatted correctly? Doesn't matter.
That's weird, because mine still has the name in it, too.
Not on my stuff. Oh well, doesn't matter.
to drag out my own token. No.
Copying, pasting. I just went to the nondescript map. Copying, pasting again. Oh wait, Toulouse is not in the group.
I was kidding. I don't care, by the way.
I see me on there.
But I do. Okay. You all disappear and die, and then you reappear and get reincarnated as yourselves.
Ah.
It worked.
Yay.
Eldritch is now back to life. Okay. As mentioned before, blah blah blah, NPCs in the area. The only one that's not chained down is the strange man here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I'll
Toulouse,
go up and ask him. Yeah, Bopido. I don't know if I actually know his name yet, but sir, why are you not in handcuffs and why do they not care?
From what you can tell, he was a talkative one, but people seem to avoid him. He then looks towards you and simply states, "Ah, what? Oh, that's obvious. If I get handcuffed, I'm not capable of killing people." He nods as if that's something you should know. So they keep me unchained.
Oh, they keep you unchained.
Yes.
Interesting. And it's to kill people, you said?
Oh my, yes. Most of these people seem to be not, so bloodthirsty. So they keep me unchained in case I need to get rid of a few or things become too rowdy.
So you take care of when the prison's overcrowded, or if there's like fights or something?
Oh, we have to make room sometimes, but sometimes people just need to go away for a while and not return.
What are the others doing when he's talking to Toulouse?
Kind of wondering why Toulouse is talking to him. Some seem to be wary of you, but others seem to be just looking at strangers without a care. Is there anyone else you want to interact with, or are you just gonna talk with the murderous individual?
I mean, he's the only one without handcuffs on. So he's the only one that I'm concerned about, really.
That's fair.
But I will, I guess, kind of back away and go back to the group for now.
Oh, so fair.
And yeah, you guys, the guy kills people when it gets too crowded, and I'm worried about him.
Sounds like a collaborator.
Sounds like the perfect person to make a riot for, or make a riot with.
Sounds like he's I mean, he's the one that's supposed to control things if a riot breaks out.
From what you can tell, more or less, he's just how should I phrase this properly? He's there just to make things entertaining for themselves. It's not as if he's needed. It's more as if when they get bored, they just let him loose.
Would I know? Can I try and see if they would care if I took my if we had our handcuffs off? Can I roll something to see if they would care if we don't have them on anymore?
Do you have anything to unlatch them? It's not a.
I don't know yet. I want to look around, but I don't want to waste my time looking around for something if I feel like they're going to care that I have them off.
Well, so far, I'm just going to call him Bippy, because it's easier for me. Bippy seems to be the only one without any cuffs. Everyone else seems to be cuffed. So they care enough to have the other people connected. It's just this guy's the only one that seems to be so willing to show their murderous intent. It's not to say everyone else is murderous, it's just he's the easiest one to read. So they know what he's bound to do.
Okay.
And what did you say about the elven, the woman in the NPC group? About what was it about? If you are certain something you don't want to, you ought to be careful around her.
Ah, yes.
What was
the Eldeth Feldrun.
The dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah, she doesn't like dark dwarves or, I believe, the little twin dudes down there.
The Deror or the Durgar. Darrow or Durgar. Basically, if you come from the corrupt darkness, she's not a fan of you.
Gotcha. And she's also handcuffed and everything up, right?
Yes, she is. From what you've gathered based on hearsay and more than that, she simply wants to go back home. She's defiant, self-sacrificing, and most likely a prisoner to perish upon getting the opportunity from the Drow. She more or less has talked with your group, not exactly some of you, but some that she would consider viable people that could help her get out.
Yeah, so I guess Brosnan would probably be interested in trying to talk to her if she's already spoken to her at some point in the past couple of days. So I didn't understand the whole shackle business, but I'm assuming that I can probably make my way over to her.
Yes.
Okay. So I just kind of like pop next to her and just be like, "Hey, so it's been a couple of days now, and kind of wondering if maybe you'd be open to sharing a bit of about how exactly you got here too."
You're speaking with the Oni woman, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. You're not anything she doesn't care for. So she's more or less interested in speaking. She turns to you and simply states, "Oh, I was simply here to." Oh wait, she's a dwarf.
Dwarf.
So more, musky but less manly. Nah, I'm just gonna keep the voice. Oh, simply here to prove my worth to my family. But things gone awry. When I went down to see what I could do, reclaim any glory for my family, the Feldrun. But unfortunately, while I was down here trying to find a new mine for my family, I simply was captured after a strange ambush happened. Darkness fell upon me and my team. I heard screaming, and the last thing I knew, I was hit in the back of my. She then points towards her back, between her chest, not her chest. What are they called? The back shoulder, but there's a
Shoulder blades?
shoulder blades. Thank you. She was hit upon there, indicating by her pointing. And next thing I knew, I'm assuming a few hours, I woke up and wound up here.
Are any of your friends or from your group here?
She shakes her head no.
Oh, sorry about that.
I mean, it happens.
Well, I mean, and I kind of just gesture with my head over to the group that I'm at, the group that I became with, and I'm like, well, I mean, we got stuck in a similar situation, and maybe if you want to help us out, maybe we can try and help you out get out of here too.
She looks towards your group and simply states, "Well, I trust you enough, but some of your companions," looks mainly towards these three.
Big giant needle grin.
Not so much.
I kind of lift the hand, kind of going like it's not a big deal, and kind of go like, no, you got it wrong. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be alive right now. So actually, they're really good people. Trust me.
Well, I won't, jump in front of them to take a sword stab to the wound.
No. I'm not
I just
asking you
said
to do that.
So bad.
Sword stab to the wound.
I'm not even drinking. This is just me. She does state, "I do need to get home. So if your team can," she holds up her hands indicating the shackles, "figure things out, I'm willing to lend a hand."
I like your way of thinking. Come on. And I try and get her to come with us to the group at the very least.
She comes toward you and Toulouse, but right around in between you.
Fair. Sure. At least she's by the group. She's gonna be a little bit helpful. That's a plus.
That's fair.
So yeah, as I was definitely just saying to the group, I do have a little bit of my god's favor in here. I could possibly just command one of them to open the door.
So the shackles we have on, are they just your regular run-of-the-mill shackles?
They're your regular run-of-the-mill shackles, except for one indicating mark, and that is a spider upon each of the wrist shackles. That could mean that they're magically enchanted, or their name brand.
Just see Mintius asking that, like big flexing, like, are these just regular?
And they're like, no, these are Laval shackles. They're the latest fashion.
It's up to you to interpret what I meant by that. They honestly could just be branded.
So these drow out by the door, do they have, like, you know, jailer's keys? They got like the janitor big ring of keys.
They have the standard jail cell, large, bulky key ring. Only one of them does, the one to the farthest south. And
Is
the
it
other-
like visible from us?
Oh yeah, it's on his left hip, rightly visible, just dangling there. Each drow guard seems to have a spear in a hand, a long sword in the other side, and then just chatting it up about something in Undercommon.
And Undercommon, I understand Undercommon. What are they saying?
Oh,
It's-
they're just talking about... Looking at my notes. Alright, I forgot it was these two. They're talking about who's the hardest drow priestess currently in the area. Supposedly, there are roughly 19 posted here. Not all together, obviously.
19 altogether? Like them as in guards are altogether, or the priestesses?
The priestesses.
Oh.
They're just
Okay.
visiting, and they'll be gone by today. But the main ones they're talking about is the one that basically showed up to flex on you, which was Elvara Mizram, who is currently in charge. But the one they more favor, based on how more attractive by Drow standards, is named Asha. They also talk about Lavara, Shore, and Drolan. I would do their entire conversation, but honestly, it's very, very
They're
gross.
they're just
Graphic?
name dropping and horny. Oh boy.
Not graphic, just think 13-year-old boys with a Playboy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Which more or less means that they haven't really seen a woman in a while, other than the people that they care for. Well, care for is a poor choice of words. Prisoners. And most of them are not their type.
The bars, are they like, how do the bars look to us? Are they like just thick bars, like even how much space in between them?
They're cast iron, very, very rusted. Watch out for tetanus. They are roughly in between each bar, an inch between. So if you're like less than an inch tall, you could probably fit through. If you were a rat or a cat, you could probably fit through. But they're very thick, very rustic, very rusty. And there's a slight...
What about those, you guys were doing some pretty handy work with some magic hands or something last time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If someone can distract the gods long enough, maybe one of us, Toulouse or myself, can try and snag them.
Before we press any farther, perhaps we should wait for 19 of these priestesses to make their exit.
That's what I was thinking too. And also, I was wondering if there's a way I can maybe try to get the cuffs off us, but look like we still have them on, so we're just ready to go.
Well, do we know what these priestesses are gonna be down here for, though? I mean, like, what if they're gonna just come down here to try and kill some of us?
Yeah, if there's one thing we know about Drow, it's they like sacrificing stuff.
Unfortunately, if they decide to do that, then we're in very little of a position to refute them. In our current state, 19 is simply too much for a bunch of unarmed prisoners. And if we make a racket, we might force their hand, force them to make an example out of one of us. It is always best when within enemy lines to stake out, lay low for at least a few hours, see if the situation doesn't improve. With what little bit of intelligence we know, their forces will be greatly reduced within the next 24 hours. So I do think it is best if we wait for that time.
As he's saying that, do we recall in the past couple days if it's been, if guards have, if there's been more than two, like, at our post, or has it been less than this?
It's always been 2, but they've always been fluctuating. So they come into sit post, and then 2 more come in and excuse them. So it's always 2. Sometimes when the priestess that's in charge here visits, it's like 4 to 6, but it's always been 2 minimum.
And
how? Go ahead.
Does the priestess like say anything to us in common, or is it all just Drow?
It's Drow showboating, which means it's been getting more and more intense after a while. But she does eventually just leave. But from when you can register, she's doing it to see how, not well-mannered, but mentally how well you're doing.
Okay, yeah. Do you really think that this Drow priestess who's been coming here over and over to taunt us is just gonna leave? And, like, not murder a few of us?
I don't know if she'll leave, but I do think that some of them will leave. And I like our odds greatly. When we
No, I mean,
so
she's gonna leave. Like, that's what's gonna happen. But do you think that she's just gonna leave us alone before she leaves? That's what I'm concerned about.
Again, this is the cruel reality of if she decides that one of us is going to die, kick and scream we might, but refute her we will not be able to. There's simply too many of them, too few of us, our provisions non-existent. I do think it best we bide our time.
What about, wait, are they doing some kind of festival or something?
From what you can tell, it's not a festival, it's more of a meeting of the priestesses.
Is it? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
From when you understand it, it happens from time to time, but not often.
Do we know what time, like, the height of it's going to be, like, where they're all gathering, or, like, not where, but when?
Currently they are gathered. Like, right now they're speaking of something.
Oh, shit. So maybe now would be, if we wanted to try and do it, would be now, because then they're distracted and we might be able to slip past them without them noticing. That would be another option for our group.
I also don't really think that these Drow would risk their own personal entourages. This kind of a thing. I mean, Drow are just treachery all over. To use some of their own personal guard to go chasing slaves? Risky.
Yes, but we hold value in the fact that we are slaves. If they have been ordered to seek us to get slaves, then they would not risk losing us, save for, of course, civil disobedience, which would require a show of force.
This you would know.
I still think that if we try and sneakily grab the keys at the very least without making any kind of ruckus, at least maybe we've got something to help us out if things get tough?
And what happens when they notice that the keys are gone?
I mean, based on the conversation they're having, it doesn't look like they're doing much of a good job right now anyway.
Well, what about how I said maybe we can do it where we take it off and make it look like they're still on?
Do you have like some sort of illusion magic for that? Because
Well, I was just
I'm
if
with you guys. I'm of the opinion that the less time we're at the mercy of these Drow, the better.
Well, first decision is do we want to go now or wait?
I don't mind waiting, but I just wanted to have the advantage of the keys so that even if they don't, we don't provoke anything, we can keep those hidden for the time being, and where they went, not our fault, they didn't pay attention.
If we have the keys, how are they going to get in here? There you go. What are they going to do? Well, call the other guards, I guess.
Yeah, but at least we have a copy of the keys.
Oh, and then if they go call the guards, well, we'll open the door and we'll be out of here.
I think all of you are vastly overstating our current predicament. We do not hold any cards currently to be making these gambles. We need information.
All right, I'll wait.
Yeah, this from the guy who thought the last dungeon was a simulation.
I have my reasoning. I was in school. They told me it would be a simulation. Small group tactics, the like. Fuck, this might still be part of the simulation.
Oh, jeez, why did I bring it up? Okay, listen. These look at your cuffs there. You see the spider? These people worship spiders. They don't do anything in less than 8. They're going to sacrifice one person. They're going to sacrifice 8 people, and they're not going to sacrifice the guy without shackles over there. I have no idea if that's true, but I'm just
I'm like I was like gonna like ask him like where are you getting your information?
Yeah, Eldeth would, the person next to you now, does state, no, they just allow him to roam free in case, he wants to make more space. Or unless someone gets too rowdy. If someone gets too rowdy, he gets biblical about, how they need to be punished by God, and, he, as a chosen of his faith, must take care of them. He deals
I don't
with
like the sound of that at all.
rabble rousers, as he puts it. That's why they allow him to be unshackled.
yeah, he gets special treatment. Thank you, Eldeth.
She nods.
So yeah, okay, he might not get. Okay, I said he gets special treatment. She gave him a roundabout explanation of special treatment.
Yes. That doesn't mean they won't kill him.
Well, yeah, but they'll kill other people first. I'm not going to gut into Drow motivations. I vote for getting the keys. I'm going to sit down.
Listen, if they do need a sacrifice, and I am wrong, and they require a sacrifice, I will volunteer myself. Can we please wait at least until the priestesses leave before we start making any moves?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You guys just wait the day, or do you wait a few hours? Either way is
Oh,
possible. She's the priestess that already comes by and antagonizes you has already come this day.
Tomorrow's
let's
gonna be a big one.
let's wait. Let's wait longer. We don't know how long their gathering is going to last, and I'd rather them be long gone before we make any moves, lest we run into them as we flee.
Your NPC current companion also agrees.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't mind waiting either, but I do agree to. I was saying to unlock the handcuffs and make it look like they're unlocked and like leave them on until we're ready to go.
Okay. There are a few things that are just left strewn about here. Is there anything you're looking for specifically? Or do you just want to make an
Anything
investigation check?
for me, anything I can use to pick the locks or whatever.
Alright. Go ahead and make an investigation check. That's an okay roll. Not great, but okay. I'm gonna get rid of this giant image. There's just now NPCs there. Looking around you, you do see that there are small protruding flowers in the area. Nothing too dramatic, just some of them are glowing with the similar light that you've seen before, but in less collective amounts. Just slightly glowing. Other than that, anything that you would need to unshackle yourselves, some piece of metal, some pin from a pin cushion, piece of wood that's durable enough. The only thing you really see is the only possessions you have, which Toulouse, it would be your toothpick sized wand. Maybe if you break off a piece of Minitus's ladle.
Actually, let me double check something because it doesn't say necessarily on here. I'm just gonna put it in chat, but um if I can get any small object, I can probably do an alchemical reaction to it so I can turn it into what would be a lockpick for her.
You could turn a sliver of wood into a lockpick.
It's not just wood though. It can perform a special alchemical procedure.
It has to be entirely of wood, stone, iron, copper, silver, transforming it into different one of those.
Yeah. So if there's anything like that in here, I can do that.
Well, I do presume that we are surrounded by stone.
You are surrounded by stone. Small copper inlay stone. And there are some bits and pieces of wood that have broken off of your trays. I did make mention a while ago, though, that you were just fed.
Wait. Can you just turn a link of chain into wood?
Yeah.
And then we can just...
Technically,
how-
yes.
How fast does it take for you to do such a thing?
For each 10 minutes you spend performing the procedure, you can transform up to 1 cubic foot of material, and it lasts for an hour.
So we could just spend like 10 minutes in a circle, and then with our hands like in the middle, crossing whatever is 1 cubic foot, boom.
Yeah, the only thing is that if we want to do the snapping thing, that's going to obviously make noise, so you'd want to hold off from doing that until we're really ready to go or something.
Quick question.
Yes.
Are there like any rats or small animals?
There
within
are
this
some
area?
rats here and there that scurry about, but nothing that stays too long.
Alright. We don't want to turn the entire length of chain into wood, otherwise the sound would betray us.
Yep.
So what if you take as much time as you need, because we have time, because we are going to wait, and you simply turn a singular piece of the chain on everyone's cuffs to wood. That way, when
It
it is
only
time
lasts
to
an
escape,
hour.
it only lasts an hour.
Yeah, and I have to do it. So I'd have to do it for everyone. So if you get, even if everyone's huddled up, and I do that for 10 minutes, it's only gonna last for an hour. So we'd have to do it essentially when we're about ready to go, unless you guys want to do it now. But as Toulouse said, pretend like you have them on.
I might have a suggestion.
Do it.
So I have the ability to speak with animals,
Indeed.
and maybe I also have the ability to perceive through their senses. Maybe one of the rats scurrying about can let me see some of the stuff outside of here, so we know what we're up against.
Information, that's good.
Yeah. If you need incentive, I'll lead a little bit and they can drink it and then heal myself. Rats are gross. They'll love that.
Still want to find a lockpick to try to pick my lock.
You do have a food tray that's made out of wood. If you break a piece off of that, you could probably make a jerry-rigged lockpick.
Okay.
And Rosman could definitely make it a real one before
Yep.
we try into this wooden link nonsense.
I mean, I could just turn it into a real one, and you can just have it in your palm, hidden, for the time being.
For like an hour.
For an hour.
Yep.
Okay. Minitus breaks off a piece of your food tray. It happens more or less often enough when people get angry, or Mint just steps on something. So it's easily not describable. What's it called? What's the word? Not discoverable, but
It's discreet.
discreet. Thank you. So you do that easily enough and whittles it down to the point where Aldith can easily perform it after 10 minutes.
Sorry.
4 foot tall, 200 pounds,
Actually-
3% body fat.
Actually, he's more than 200. He's 245.
Body fat percentage is still the same, 3%.
So
I just want to pick, like, I want to see if I could pick the lock and leave it on.
Alright, Aldith, you easily perform alchemical work with your bag of sand somehow. People are... Not Aldith, that's the NPC. Rosalind! So you make it a small, more or less, toothpick-sized metal barb. Toulouse, go ahead and roll sleight of hand. If you have thieves' tools, you can actually use that instead if you prefer.
I think.
I mean, it's technically yeah. I was gonna say it's a lockpick, so might as well use the thieves' tools.
We made that button.
The thieves' tools.
It's in your tools and proficiencies.
Yeah. Isn't it the same? Or is it different?
It adds. It should. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, well, you are level 3. Forget, because I think you could add a certain
Proficient in
proficiency.
both. They're proficient in either, but let's not argue with the results, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes if you're not proficient in one, it adds the proficiency. So that's usually the benefit of tools. But if you already have it, it kind of is about the same. Okay. You managed to gnaw at it a bit, making sure the tumblers move and gesture enough so that they're loose. And you can easily remove your own shackles. If you so deem to. They're at the point where it's unhinged, but not unlocked. So a simple enough movement to release them is the amount of strength you require to unremove them from yourself. So you succeeded, but right now they just look as if they're on. At least on you. Everyone else is still shackled.
If anybody else wants me to try to do that to them, I will. Because I still have that slot. Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna keep the lockpick.
All right.
Has it been the day that we're waiting? Are we just getting ready? Like, yeah, I want unshackled. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you still have a few hours. If you want to talk with any of the other NPCs, you can. You can see them visibly now without the whole giant picture. The two, you assume sibling ugly children, Topsy and Turvy, are in the corner talking with one another. Stool, a strange somatic piece of rock, is just standing there, has yet to say anything or move at all. You assume it's just a giant bouldered rock that resembles a humanoid. And then the rest of the gang. Buppido is still the only one unshackled, unchained, and currently talking to himself. Whatever that you take that for. Jim Jar is there consulting with Ront, even though they are not 5 feet from each other, so they're basically shouting. And Sereth, like most of the time you've seen him, is just alone.
So, I would like to cast Speak with Animals.
Cool. You begin to cast Speak with the Animals with one of the rats that scurries about. You then communicate with the rat as if you are one, but really you're just speaking rat. They look towards you, simply with a wide-eyed expression, as if you can now learn its true language, as if you have become some type of enlightened being now that you know and understand the rat tongue.
The Great Horned One speaks!
Any horns. Sorry.
That's fine.
So, pretty much like the spell says, just any information it can give, and then possibly might try to see if I can persuade it to let me use the Besense ability with it so I can see through its eyes.
Go ahead and roll animal handling. Because sure, you can communicate with it, but for it to trust you, after all, you are a lowly prisoner, as they are free.
Remember I said that you could offer it my blood.
True. I forgot that.
Okay. So it gives you information, but it doesn't allow you to see through its own eyes. If you want to do that, it'll likely fight you or bite you.
I was gonna smash my knuckles against the ground and let it lick some blood off that. And then lay on hands my hands. Ew.
Well, it's already happened. So roll a dice. But they do tell you that the 19 Drow priestesses are currently in a huddled position. For some reason, they are... I don't have a rat voice, so I'll try something. Yeah, the priestesses are all together, you see? Them and others kind? They seem to be talking about something with a giant spider on their back. You know? Something like that? You know, giant spiders, they often eat people. And rats. And the big rats. They ate my mama just 2 days ago. She was a big one, about the size of you. Points towards, oh, none of you are actually that tall. Points behind him towards the drow in the corner. Sereth. And then continues on. Yeah, but right now there are 3 guards just looking at you guys. One's by the bridge, though, and the other 2 are just by your cage. If I had to guess, they're waiting to see if someone comes. I don't know if someone's gonna come, though. They seem really mad.
Why do I feel that rat was doing an impression of me at the beginning?
You are inspirational.
Or maybe it's mocking him. Who's to say? The rat also just then points out, yeah, you know how the cage also keeps you in here? It also keeps you in here to make sure that you don't use any magic, you see? So, try to use magic on those bars? They ain't gonna work. You try to use magic on your chain? They ain't gonna work either. You're gonna need some sort of hand-to-hand combat, something to break through. Or like points and looks towards Toulouse. That one, she has some sort of metal thing in her pocket.
Let's just hope no one else has speak with animals.
It's a very articulate rat.
It then continues. And John, you know him. Used to have a wand that shot globs of sticky material able to target traps. You know that wand of web shooting? Now Shore carries it as another sign of the change in status. Jarlin is the person that captured you. Shore is another person. The current captain of the guard that attends to the priestess Elvara. Man, these Drow names are gonna kill me.
Someone never read about Drizzt when they were younger.
I heard audiobooks. It then continues with the last little tidbits. It might be a matter of days or 10 days, maybe, before a contingent from Mensborough arrives to take prisoners back to the Drow City, you know? That's probably what they're talking about. Making sure that yous and your kind get carried away.
Oh, if I understood.
So, can I share that information with everyone?
You can. It then looks and points, not points, but looks towards the gods, not the guards. Why am I talking with a rat's accent? It looks and points towards the other NPCs and simply states, yeah, them might know some more stuff other than me. After all, them's the prisoners. They might know more stuff than you. And then it just scurries away. No. It actually goes towards Minitus, bites him in the ankle, and then scurries away. It doesn't actually do any damage. It's just...
Can I pick up the wooden tray and chuck it at the rat?
Sure. You easily do so. It hits him in the side. He looks towards you and goes, "Heh, well, now you don't get the bite mark." You look behind you, not behind you, at your ankle. It had some glow, but then it instantly disappears.
Oh.
And then it scurries away.
Oh, it was a love bite.
Yeah, see, if I would have known that was happening, I wouldn't have done that.
Well, it's too late. It now squeezes through the bars easily enough and scurries between the guards.
Alright. So we gotta talk to the other prisoners?
And we know now that we're going to be transported to, I believe you said Menzoberranzan, capital city of the Drow.
Correct. Within 3 to 10 days.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, just kind of glare at our tactician friend. Yeah.
Can I just roll?
I am correct. I don't know why you are glaring. I am correct. They leave tonight. We still have a day to gather information safely.
They
I don't know
tonight.
why you glare at me so.
You do have a day to gather things. By the day after, a contingency is to arrive, and within that day or 10 days is when you'll make your way towards the city. Probably in stronger chains.
So we have like 1 day of opportunity now.
So do I just roll? So you guys, I want to try to take off the handcuffs of everybody in my party. How do I?
Oh, you just have to roll Thieves' Tools again for the duration of how many you want to do.
Just like over the course of the next however long we're here. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. If you're taking your time, I can see you unchaining anyone you want, including any NPCs you want. Is there anyone other than the dwarf you want unloosened?
Should we talk to him?
The rogue guy is Jimjar. I remember him from the description, so if you want another roguish kind of person to kind of help out, he might be worth it to talk to.
You could.
I'll go talk to him. Jim Jar?
Jim
Yeah.
Jar.
Jim Jar. What's Jim Jar in here for?
Uh, du- 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 du. It's not that. He seems to be a deep gnome spy. Jim Jar is a fixless rogue with a devil-may-care attitude. Fondness for coin, obsession with any and all risk. The main reason he's here, from what you've gathered beforehand, well, he kind of got caught when he was spying on someone. He was captured and restrained and marked with a burn on his back.
Well, Jim Jar. If you'd like to have some fun and get out, I think that's what we're gonna try to do right. Wait, are we doing that right now? Or when are we
Not yet.
doing-
You're basically gathering information between
Yeah.
the NPCs and whatever you can scrounge up.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe just learn
Okay,
what he's.
hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because nobody's talked to him yet, right?
Not so far.
Okay. Alright. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, what does he know? What do you know? I feel like we already know so much. I don't know what else to ask him.
You
Maybe,
can just ask him, what do you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Jim Jar.
Alright, roll persuasion.
Terrible
Yeah.
stammering here. Hold on. I'm so sorry, guys.
No,
Oh,
good.
it matches. Oh, oh my heart. My heart.
He just looks towards you and simply states,
Uh,
"Look, you seem nice
yeah.
enough, but if you
No,
don't have anything to wager, I suppose we can't really play a card of games for my said information."
Yeah, I failed on multiple levels here. I'm so sorry to waste your time, Jim Jar. Have a wonderful life in prison. I strode back to the group. Guys, I forgot what we were doing halfway through. I think I'm gonna sit down and just do. You guys take care of the rest of the recon and let me know when we're gonna. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go
I'll
talk
sit in
to
the
the big
corner.
guy.
Okay.
Kind of casually stroll up. Hi.
You go up to Shushar the Awakened. Kato Shushar is likely one of the more unusual creatures that you have probably ever met. An aquatic hermit is a calm and peaceful presence. He is aware of his people's well-deserving reputation for managing claims to have spent a lifetime in contemplation and solitude meditation to overcome that legacy. He somewhat
Alright,
appears to have...
Gothos wants to meet this guy too, sorry.
That's fine. He seems to be successful in this matter, both in aura and in enlightened balance. He seems to be calm in his presence. Strange to be here, but that's not so strange as you're also captured. He looks towards you, Minitus, and simply states, "Ah, young one, how may I serve you in this day?"
Trying to think how I want to word this. Soph, if you have something, you can go. I'm trying to think how I want to word what I want to say.
I will have you know that I have seen 18 winters and am therefore a veteran amongst the goblin community.
Indeed. Simply nods, as if agreeing, or you haven't really asked anything.
How long have you been here?
I have been here for about, I believe it's so hard to tell, but a month or so.
So found out that there's a chance we could be going to the big Drow city, and I don't think any of us want that. Kind of look over at Psychopath here, except for some of us. Um, we would like to get out of here, and you seem like you might be capable, and we could help you, and you could help us.
I will assist you with what I can, but I am not exactly a fighter. I am a pacifist by trade. I could perhaps lead you through the twisting dark lake, but beyond that, right now, the only place I'm really familiar with is Blurdop. Slllbludop. I'm not exactly
Sloop-
Sloopadoop. Some these names. So I'm not
Sorry,
exactly sure.
it was in one of the Drist books.
I understand. I should have read those books, okay?
You really don't need
Dogma,
to.
do your homework.
They're not very good. I'm not gonna lie.
They're for 12 to 13-year-olds, and they're great when you're that age.
Alright, he then simply states, so I am not exactly sure what resides around us. And if there's to be fighting, I am not of that sort, I'm afraid.
What about the statue thing behind you? What's up with that? Do you know?
I believe they call him a mysioid sprout, a large fungus creature.
Mycoid. Sorry.
Does he talk?
Not often.
Well, I mean, at the very least, if you could guide us through that place, that would be beneficial. We could help you get out as well and return to wherever you need to be.
Yeah, and you said you were a pacifist? Do you have any means of making other people not fight? That could be useful.
I do not. Often than not, I do get into scraps as I do not fight against them. So people use me often as a punching bag whenever they need to relieve stress. Luckily enough, he then chuckles, we don't have any bladed weapons.
Yeah, I don't need bladed weapons.
Yeah, okay, you're confusing, and yeah, hopefully you'll get us through the lake. There's a lake? Oh boy.
Some distance away from here, but I'm afraid I do not know its current location. But when we arrive that point, if you so wish for my accompanying, I could lead you through that. He then looks towards Stool as you may mention gesturing towards him. He himself was captured by Sareth Kazarat, the same person that captured you. He is lonely and frightened, which is why he doesn't really speak too much, and he often than not wishes to return back to his home in Neverlight Grove.
Does he have any capabilities? We need to know.
You can ask him, but I would suggest not going in a more temperament tone with him.
What do you mean?
After all, he is frightened.
And he has abilities that would make frightening him bad?
I do not know. I did not ask of his potential in harming others.
You wouldn't, given your pacifist nature, would you?
He nods.
You're gonna be super helpful during the break.
Just so I'm understanding this, your plan when you get into a fight is simply to take it.
Pacifism can often not be this, or simply escaping from the predicament.
I see.
But if you are locked in a cage, that is often not hard to do. He smiles.
Yeah, okay, well, when what seems like a fairly obvious sign happens, you just be prepared to run.
I'll run and hide, but I will not run. It is a difficult thing to run away from one's comrades, one's friends.
I meant like run with us, but yeah, great.
At the very least, just try and stay behind me.
They nod. Alright, this guy's like 6 feet tall, so
Yeah, I kind of figured.
they look down and nod.
This is us just trying to be tough guys. Like, yeah, we're gonna break out of here. Twice the size of him.
Yeah, and well, to be fair, Gothos would know. You know, the whole party would know. Men can take a beating.
Yeah. So do you guys stuck with Stool, or do you just tell Shioshar to join your group?
I'm gonna speak with Stool, I guess. I don't see why not. I mean,
Yeah.
incite all of them to riot.
Oh, hey, little buddy, Stu. Don't worry, it's just us, the guys that are gonna violently break out of the prison. Not gonna hurt you.
Is that smart to say that to him?
Well, I don't want him to get surprised when it actually happens.
Well, Stu isn't a child. He is surprised by that, mainly by the blatancy. They look towards you. A giant stone-like... What did you call it? A mycoid?
Myconoid,
Myconoid.
because mushrooms.
Mushroom creature.
I swear it sounds like myconid.
Maybe it is mycinoid because it's mycelia, but it is mycotoxin, so I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's myconid.
I'd say myconoid.
I say
Mycoid.
myconid.
Myconid.
Based on English, I'm going to say myconid. We'll discover semantics later. However, they look towards you. Stone in appearance, but you can tell they're not actually stone. It's surprised, but then you see small... you do frighten him. So you do see spores just jettison out in the area, hitting both Costos and Minitus. And Shushar. And then they simply state, what? You can clearly tell that there's no mouth on this individual, so how they're speaking now, you're not completely aware? In-game. Not completely aware in-game.
Yes. Okay, that's... you go.
Straight from D&D Beyond, it's myconoid.
That's right.
Okay. I'm not gonna
Right.
bother. Okay. But it's...
But yeah, no, I mean, that's the plan. I mean, you're just gonna stay in here forever? I don't...
No, I want to get back home to Neverlight Grove.
Yeah, well, they're not just gonna let you out. We're gonna have to do something about it, aren't we?
I mean, if you take me with you, I can make sure no one can overhear you. And
would be
my
useful.
town could probably make sure you're out of danger.
You know the way around here a little bit, do you?
Back to my home.
Would be really well for all of us, I think.
Okay, yeah. We will definitely make sure that you come with us, and we'll get you back to your village, right?
You don't see them nod, but you hear them nod. It doesn't make sense, but don't think about it too much.
And my brain
And just so
hurts.
we're 100% clear, once we go to your village, we'll be allowed to leave.
Yeah. It's just sanctuary. If you want to stay for the rest of your life, you can. If you don't, you're free to leave.
Okay,
It's just
just
the only
checking.
safe place I know. They captured me while I was away from home.
Alright, that's great. We're gonna tell the others, and we're gonna make sure that you make it home. Okay, buddy?
They nod.
Gonna look back to Shishar. Is there anyone else you think we should speak with?
Mm,
From what you gathered from while being here?
there are many that you could speak with. There are many that could help you if you intend to fight. But there are also some that aren't exactly prepared to fight. Take Topsy and Turvy, for example, pointing to the two children in the corner. They are young, they are energetic, but I do not see them being too trained in the arts of a blade.
Yes, says the pacifist.
I never said I was either. But if you intend to take them, you will likely need to make sure that they aren't harmed.
Um, I don't feel right leaving them, but that's just me.
He nods in turn. I agree,
Oh.
but this is your plan, and I'd rather not adjust it for my sake.
Okay, how about this? How about this, big guy? You said you were good at running away, right? You're large. You can carry a couple of kids. That's your responsibility.
I suppose I could. I don't really know much about them, as they tend to stick together, away from people.
I mean, we just got here.
I mean, you can try speaking with them, but I myself have tried once or twice until I understood that they simply did not want to speak with me. Perhaps you are different?
I'm still a kid, so I might be able to speak with them.
He nods.
I am far too mature, surely. And I think we have to watch out for Boopido. But other than that, we should probably go back to the group.
I'm gonna go speak to the two kids.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell the group about everything we just heard, and if anybody wants to talk to the kids as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So those two conversations happen. Minitus, you go over to Topsy and Turvy. Two deep gnomes, Topsy and her brother. Oh, Topsy's a girl. Oh, I read that wrong the first time I read this. That makes sense. And her brother Turvy were originally from Blingdenstone, in the Underdark.
Blingdenstone.
From what you've gathered, they were captured by the by the Drow while out gathering mushrooms in the tunnels near their home. Not stone. They weren't trying to capture stone. Like most other Sverfneblin? Whatever. Topsy has a string of mop hair on the top of their head, otherwise bald. They're far more social compared to the two, but they generally don't speak with others as they are more akin to each other. Turvy constantly mumbles and mutters darkly, so it's kind of hard to hear what they say. Often than not, when people come near them, they are hesitant to speak, and then eventually retreat. Topsy often than not has to repeat and translate what her brother says. As you approach them, they look at you. Topsy then looks and states, do you speak Undercommon? These guys speak a little bit of broken Common and then Undercommon.
I don't even know if I selected another language before I got one. 1 second.
I mean, if you haven't, you can just say you speak Undercommon.
Well, I don't know if the background gave me that choice.
Alright, while you look at that, Gothos, did you say you gave him the information or do you have a conversation? Or nothing at all.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, this little the mushroom dude. He's the one who we want to protect him. It seems like he has a route back to a safe haven. Also, don't spook him. I don't know. It seems like that could be bad for everyone.
And do I have to roll anything? Do I have to keep rolling for unlocking handcuffs or whatever?
No, you're taking your time. So while these conversations are happening, you're just unlocking them.
Okay.
It seems
So like
fair
every
enough.
10 minutes, you go back over to Roswin and like,
So,
or every hour. Sorry.
yeah, I would take the undercommon.
Mhm.
Because it would be something that I feel Minotaur would speak.
It makes sense.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
I just need to know,
I'll speak to
in
it.
case if you didn't, I would just speak broken common, which would be broken English.
So, how you speak every week?
Shots fired.
Shots fired and hit.
Air horns. Brr, 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 brr.
Okay. Speaking with them, they simply state, oh wait, this is Topsy speaking. What you want, mister?
Well, seeing that, we probably might be close to the same age, I figured I'd come over and talk. We're in a pretty rough situation here. Me and my group of friends are trying to plan a way out of here and figured possibly to get you two home as well.
No comment on the fact that she called you Mister.
I mean, compared to them, Minitus is older. It's like a kid calling a middle schooler mister. Anyways, Topsy... No, Turvy then says something, mumbling, and Topsy then translates towards you, Minitus. My brother says if you and your older friends can help, we can scurry and scout and stuff.
Alright, so we've talked to the big mushroom thing there, the rock, and then the big guy next to him. The big guy said if things get really bad and we have to escape, he'll help you to escape. He's actually really nice.
They begin to talking with each other. Are you overhearing the conversation, or just let them speak?
I'm gonna listen in.
Okay. There are a few words you miss here and there, but often than not, you gather. Do you really think they'll help? Yeah, I think so. The older kid seems to be nice, but stupid enough that we could probably use them so we can escape. The other person nods in turn. It's basically a conversation between each other saying they'll help us escape, so if they'll help us, we'll use them.
Just
Topsy-
like in pig Latin. Just like, Ik fe help us, eh?
Yeah, it's easy
Then
enough
we
to pick up.
betray them, bae.
Not betray,
Uh-huh.
but they're looking after themselves and their own survival. If it means helping you, they'll help you. If you guys get in trouble, they'll probably scurry away and leave you guys behind.
Which I am completely fine with.
Fair enough. Topsy then looks towards you and then states, okay. We can scout a little bit, but if things get dangerous, we will run.
That's understandable. So just when things happen, just be ready. I have to talk to the one nice lady over there, Toulouse, and she should be able to. She's probably getting things set up along with the others.
They nod in turn. Minitus, what's your passive perception?
13.
Not high enough. Okay. They nod in turn.
Sorry.
I do not play characters with high passive perception.
Oh no, mine's worse. But I was just regarding Toulouse. I think that might have been a joke.
Alright, well, you will probably notice when things are about to happen. So just keep an eye out and be ready.
Turby nods, but Topsy then states, "We know. I mean, you're a little older, but we're not stupid."
God, I want to break my freaking con right there and, like, talk like an adult, but I can't do it. Because you won't. Okay. Well, just be ready is all I have to say. And Mint will go back over to the group and explain the conversation there. So definitely they're going to run us the moment they get the chance. At the very least, we can help them get out. I don't know if we should talk to the other 4.
I mean, do you want to just have a quick introduction? Or, honestly, I think they'd probably catch on, and we might be able to. I don't know.
While this was going on, Roswin, what have you been doing?
Just helping Toulouse mainly. Yeah.
All right. Then I'm just gonna say, while this was going on, Aldith looks towards your team, looking towards you, Roswin, and Toulouse, simply stating, should we be trusting the people that your teammates have been connecting with? I mean, they seem to be looking for the most shady people.
Am I back at this point, or is
No,
this?
this is when you guys were speaking with everyone else.
Yeah.
Some of them look halfway decent.
Eldritch, you're also here, but she's basically ignoring you.
There's a saying that trying times make for uncommon bedfellows.
She looks towards you almost as if scoffing that you said something smart. She then states, not towards you, but towards Roswin and Toulouse. I suppose you do make a point, Toulouse's inner voice. If we
I
have to...
apologize. Did I offend somehow?
She looks towards you and then goes, no, I suppose you can't help it how you were born.
Don't give me credit for such smart words.
She's not nice, you can easily tell that. But she does look towards Toulouse and then states, oh, I suppose you're right. My apologies, Toulouse. Sometimes my own kindness waves off towards someone that may not truly need it, but is more deserving of it. But if we really need to speak with someone, I suppose we might want to venture with the Drow that's also imprisoned with us. She's speaking, of course, by Sereth Kizanarit. For some reason, they wanted to imprison another Drow. Who knows? Maybe they're some type of befallen Drow, maybe a prince that murdered his family to claim the throne. Maybe he ran away and worshipped a male deity. He is part of the Underdark, though, so I don't really care for his kind. But he might be the most useful. As your friends seem to be...
too easily.
I suppose that's true, but your friends seem to be wasting their time with an old man and children.
I mean, I'm not really good with charisma, so it's kind of tough for me to make a reason why she'd want to go to this really tall-looking, weird drow-looking fellow.
Yeah, none of us have approached him, huh?
None of you have.
Nope.
Eldith then looks towards Elrich. Well, I suppose the person that's from here might know how to speak with their own mongrel kind.
Yes, well, truth be told, I'm a little bit nervous speaking to them myself. Just given the circumstances, I don't know. They could be simply in here to spy on us.
It does sound like the Underdark folk. I suppose you would know. Very well. I suppose we can wait until your friends finish speaking with the unmoving stone.
Did you mean something by that?
Oh, pay it no mind. I'm sure it goes over your head. To be precise, she's 5'2", so she is technically a little taller than you.
No, she's not. I'm 5'4".
Oh, I thought you were 5 flat. Okay. No, she'd still say the same. She'd still say the same thing. She just has nothing to back it up with.
I sense that you do not like me, and my deepest apologies that you feel the way you do. For given the circumstances, one of us is no better than the other, and I think you should greatly reconsider the way that you speak to others who wish to help you and have shown you naught but kindness.
That is a good point. This is me out of game. Roll persuasion.
Could I enter my focus to be able to have advantage on this?
Yes.
Hey. Dad.
Woo!
At least it's not a 1. I mean, a 2 isn't any better, but at least it's not a 1.
Like the least consolation ever.
Well, I suppose I shouldn't say mean things to people that can't take it. And that's all she says.
I think you should.
Yes, I
consider
mean,
what you say before you just speak.
you wouldn't like it if I told you that your ancestors breathed in stone and that you had the heads of marble.
But we do. You were carved by the gods themselves and breathed in, as children, the very minerals themselves from the earth.
You see, all the stones rattling up there and didn't even dawn on you that it was an insult. Two can play this game. I do not care for it. It is not in my nature.
And yet you seem to play it so well. At this point,
Alright,
the group...
alright. I'm gonna go and talk. Jeez.
Again, she's not a very nice person. Tactics.
Yeah, so I don't even go in through it. I just ask, what does he know? That's all I do.
Okay, roll persuasion. Alright, you just ask, hey, what do you know? Looks towards the rest of the people your team has been more or less speaking with. It's clear to me you might need some actual help in your little escapade. I do know that the Great Ooze lives in the pool around here somewhere. It's harmless, feeding off waste unless disturbed, so I suggest you don't harm it or disturb it. There is a supply patrol from Mezberzon in a few days, from what I've overheard, that is overdue, which is likely why the priestesses are here and talking about these things. Which is unusual, but these things happen from time to time, but them being delayed is the problem. Beyond that, he gives you basically the same information the rat did, just not rat. Like, yeah, that's roughly what I've known.
I see. Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to get out, we're thinking of doing that.
I have been disgraced, so I am reluctant to truly leave here. I am resigned to my fate. Although I have not truly understood why, but according to them, I have murdered a fellow kinsman. But I do not remember this at all. But I have already resigned to my fate, so there's really no use in trying to escape now, is there?
Oh yeah, because the Drow never tell lies.
I mean, you can roll insight if you want.
No, I mean to him.
Oh, you can roll insight.
Roswin can. Sorry, I was just being funny.
That's fine. From what you can tell, the words he had described to you, he seems to believe that his memory loss, the supposed madness in killing another Drow warrior, seems to be a ploy to discredit him, and he fears that it might be true. So he's not quite sure what to believe right now. Currently, from what he's gathered, he's meant to go back to Mesberizun, or whatever you guys call it, as a sacrifice.
It's the worst name ever, by the way. I believe I struggled with this because I read those Drow books, those Drizzt.
Yeah.
Menzo Baranzan.
Menzo Baranzan, as a sacrifice to Lolth, to set an example to the others.
I mean, well, that's garbage. I'm not there, but that's garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have done the inside track, so I wouldn't have gotten any of that.
I mean, he basically told you.
Frankly, yeah, no, I mean, frankly, I didn't. When he said that, I would have been like, all right, sure, fine, buddy. So bye. If that's what you think, if you want to stay there, all good.
E-monologues, but you can care less.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's often what Drows do, they monologue.
Yeah, and there, so I share that with everybody.
Alright. By this time, probably Eldritch and Eldeth are still arguing, and Menentis and Gothos are there.
Telling this lady she needs to knock it off.
That's fair.
Handcuff her. I don't even. Yeah. Why are we bringing her? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wait, is the dwarf racist? Oh.
That's just rude.
Oh no, what? Just based on the reaction. Anyway, what me and Minitus learned over here, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm of the opinion we should very much protect the little mushroom thing and follow it.
Yeah, it can give us a safe haven, so I mean, that would be useful.
Anybody else have some input? So we're gonna do our thing. How many hours until we think the priestesses are gone?
Roughly 3. So if you just want to take a quick cat nap / you've already taken your long rest in all this conversation, you can, or you can see what happens within those 3 hours.
I mean, if we've already rested, I'm just gonna sit and watch.
Okay. From what you can tell, 3 hours pass, and you do hear a contingency of people walking out of the hallway into a separate room section next to the bridge. They are far enough away that you can't see them, but 11 people seem to be crossing the bridge, all caped and cowled. so you can't exactly see faces. But they do have a repertoire around them, surrounding them, two guards flanked on each side. So it's a massive contingency that's currently walking across the bridge.
This is why we waited.
That was in the initial second hour. So another hour passes, and you do hear that a giant door, a massive in scale, closes and locks. Another hour passes, and then you just see the contingencies go back to their positions. Two unnamed guards come in, replace these two. They look exactly the same, and then these two already leave to take their break. At this point in time,
God change. Go, go, go.
I might be able to draw the guards in if that's when we would like to make our moves.
Yeah, I missed. Guard change is the traditional time to make a move, right?
Like they're tired, I thought. But yeah, you guys do whatever you want. I'm following suit.
Okay, well, that's super great, because what, are we going to make a distraction and try and get the keys? Or am I just like...
I mean, no need for keys when all our cuffs are undone.
Well, you'll notice the cage door.
I can turn that into wood. I mean, if you give me time.
Well,
Or-
remember the rat said if you try to use magic or stuff on it, it may not work.
Well, the alchemical thing isn't. I mean, it's just as a procedure. It's not considered magical.
it also takes 10 minutes. So at that point, a guard might look behind him, and you see you rubbing ointment on it.
I might be able to get them angry enough that they wish to come in and kill me, at which point everyone, I believe the technical term is bum rushes them.
No, they have Burapedo for that. They don't need to come in.
What if Papido is otherwise engaged? Or if I insult them enough that they wish to see to it themselves?
What if I engage old man weirdo here? I'll keep him busy.
Okay, Minitus keeps Burapedo busy. Did the rat say that magic doesn't work in here in general? No, because
No.
we've already seen. So I can command one of them to do it. And or... That's the backup plan. Command one of them to open the door. Prison riot's not going to work. They don't care if we die.
Well, they care, but if you deserve it, they don't care. They still need you for transport, but if one or two of you die, it's not really their concern.
I mean, we could always get the dwarf lady to be racist against them and see how pissed off they get.
That's what I was thinking too. She could be our distraction.
Regardless, how I might feel about that. I do think distractions should be on a volunteer basis only. Carries a inherent risk with it.
Toulouse, how long do you think it would take you to pick that lock?
That would take me.
Could we distract them for long enough for Toulouse to pick the lock? Just they weren't paying attention, and if they do pay attention, I start the command thing.
The lock on the gate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll take some time. If you're really lucky, it'll take no time. Basically, you roll high. Not a natural 20, but high. The lower the number, the longer it'll take. The very low number, more than likely they'll see you. So what exactly are you doing to distract them? If you're going to distract them, giving her advantage, or what exactly are you not doing in order for them not to grow suspicious of you? The group. The group can answer.
I will inform her that if she rubs the wood, the metal against the stone quietly enough so that it smooths down the sharp edges on the lockpick, that it'll be quieter, and thus I have given her the help action.
Yes.
Okay, yep. Me and Toulouse strike Team Alpha. She tries to pick the lock. If they notice us in that bad time, I command. Who's doing distraction?
I will be distraction.
Yeah, I will. I mean, I'm trying to think of what spells I can do to kind of throw off. I can do prestidigitation to add some additional distracting noises on this end if we need them to come in.
Okay, what kind of sounds like they might enjoy a good fight? Because, they're bastards.
Or like wailing sounds, things that would make them maybe want to see what's the torture.
Yeah, sure, Drow like torture, I think.
But if they look back towards this way, they're going to look right at them.
Make it in the hallway past them on the other side, like maybe. What's your range on that? How far down can you throw that?
It says 10 feet, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a risk,
Well,
but I was going to say
could you
maybe
make
you
it
could
look
throw
like...
it 10 feet in front of them so they're looking that way, and then I can sneak up and try to unlock it.
Yeah, I can do that.
Or, make it look like one of us was stabbing you or something. Oh.
I don't want them to be looking into the cell. I want them to look away from the cell.
Yeah, so my focus is to do it out there. So yeah, I can definitely focus it out there. If I had my fleece, I'd be able to do like a minor illusion, but I don't have that with me. Although, I guess, question for you then, DM.
I have my cloak of invisibility, right?
Yes.
I have the cloak of invisibility, and
it's an invisible cloak.
prestidigitation? Yes, I know it's an invisible cloak. It's a cloak, though. Do you have prestidigitation?
Yeah.
Does that change the color of something?
It can.
It can,
So
yeah.
it can be an actual cloak if we need some kind of cover or something to throw on. I don't know.
Yeah, technically.
It's like a blanket now that we can color and throw on something if we need an actual blanket for some reason. It's another thing we have now.
I feel like this is Zork, and we're casting the spell that makes invisible things purple.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
So, what do we do about the old man? What would you like me to
Let's
do?
wrap him up in this goddamn cloak when he can't wait. We could throw it over him and tie him up in it. And he won't know what it is because he can't see it. Or we can color it black.
And let him see it.
What?
It would block his vision because he'd be tied up in it by then. He wouldn't know what it was, so it'd be restraining him, and then we could color it black, and he won't be able to see anything.
Yeah, we can do that.
Do you have any rope?
Okay, so you guys handle... Well, someone handles that, because Toulouse, you're going to be up there at the wall with me opening the gate, right? But someone else can throw your cloak, for sure.
How tall is this guy?
He's not that tall, but he's around 4 feet 9 inches.
Is he a drow?
He's a Durger.
Do I have any knowledge on whether there's any magic that affects his sleep?
Go ahead and roll nature.
One thing I know about Duragar, and I don't think this is a character spoiler or anything, they literally have no sense of fun. Like, literally. It's been sucked out of them. They can't laugh.
You can also tell that they can be susceptible to sleep.
So I got an idea. I got a bag of sand, and one of the material components for my sleep spell happens to be a pinch of sand. So I could put this mofo to sleep, so he's not doing any disruption for us.
Okay.
Wait, we're not considering that for the guards?
Well, I mean, I had that option, but then it was insisted on earlier that we needed to get information. So if we did that, then things would look suspicious. So we wouldn't be getting any information.
But it does fit the plan. Alright, I mean, if we're gonna distract and then sleep this guy, or we could sleep. Yeah, no, it's sure.
Well, if that'll work, and if Toulouse can't get the gate open, maybe I can.
So if that's the first thing we want to do, then I mean, let me give me a shot at him, see if.
I think
Unless-
we should. I think we should do it fairly simultaneously.
While this is going on, does anyone have a passive of 16?
No.
I have exactly 16.
Eldritch, you see 3 people coming not your way specifically, like not these guys, but outside the gate, you do see at the corner of your eye 3 individuals coming your way. 2 Drow
We
guards
planned too much.
and someone
we
in the middle.
planned too much.
It doesn't seem to be the woman that always hackles you, but someone's coming your way.
Okay, I'm gonna move towards the gate now.
Yeah, everyone spread out, look natural. Or,
The person in the middle does seem to be shackled.
a new prisoner seems to be coming in. Regardless, spread out, look natural.
The kids stay. They don't exactly know what you mean. Shishar goes a little further south. Stool stands still, as often he does.
Bonus
Oh.
action, hide.
You hide well.
I will sit on the floor in front of the kids and just strike up a random conversation.
Well, Stool isn't a kid, but he is kid-like. The other kids converse in turn. They begin to speak under common Pig Latin, but I am not going to attempt that because I can't even do Pig Latin myself. But the 2 guards come in with the next recruit/prisoner, looks towards the other guards, and one of the guards, the one to the most north end, states, we got another one. It says here, this one was trying to make sure the underground slums were somehow taken care of, if you know what I mean. Damn unlicensed doctors. The one in the middle then simply states, well, you don't exactly license doctors, which is why I had to do it without a license. And he thinks he knows better. He comes over and just hits him in the back of his neck, causing him to go unconscious. He opens the lock with his stereotypical giant keys, unlocks it, and basically kicks him in, hitting the ground. He slides in. He locks it once more, and then he goes back to his position.
Sorry, terrible. Probably not my best idea because it's dangerous as hell. But I'm gonna do it. When they open the cell door, I'm on the part that opens, right?
Yes, it opens this way.
I would like to try and get a piece of whatever ragged clothing that I'm wearing sort of lodged in between where the lock piece would go. You know what I mean? So like I'm trying to do like if you block a
Trying
lock.
to slip a latch, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Yep.
Okay, this is against 4 individuals.
Do I see him attempting to do this?
You see it, but you're 20 feet away. What quick action could you do to prevent this? Or make it worse?
He's trying to help.
I am.
Or he's trying to shut me down.
No. As they're like opening the door, I'll act like I'm going to rush as an escape as they throw the one dude in, so that their eyes turn to me rather than Gothos.
That's interesting. You go to bum rush the new unconscious man, maybe trying to steal his things. The guards see this and indicate, oh, is there going to be a scrap? They will roll, but they will roll with disadvantage. Each of the guards have a +2. So here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. And here's 4. Interesting.
3, 5, 7, and 6.
Yes, none of them rolled high enough. However, they do see this fight, more or less, as the gates close but truly don't latch. They look towards you. Eldritch, what exactly are you doing to this man? Or woman?
Forgive me, and I just punch him once in the gut, and I'm gonna take his dumb bird mask.
You take his dumb bird mask, which I didn't think you would do until a few sessions or the next session. Where was his...
Well, I committed to the bit, so...
You don't know yet, but this is very tactical.
Okay. They look at you, scoff, as if some idiot is now just trying to take his things. Which is fair, because that's the mask and his coat was all he had. Except for a roll of bandages. Why can't I find his character sheet? Okay, you have his mask, but it is... His face is bandaged up. Maybe he was super beat up beforehand. I can't find his token. So you can't see him just yet. But you commit to the bit. Maybe half... I'll just say half the roll was used to bandage up the rest of his face. So you now have one Plague Doctor's mask.
Cool.
They don't stop you.
I look at the guards triumphantly and like shake the mask in victory, and then I turn and walk away.
All right. They just scoff at you. Let the other two just go back to what they were doing. They come across the bridge once more. And currently there is a piece of cloth in between the bars. Locking mechanism.
And I guess Gothos is just kind of like, you know, in a weird position because he's technically still wearing part of it and just being like, okay, I can tug it when you're ready.
Is the plan to still knock this guy out or get him incapacitated in some degree before leaving? Or do we just want to bust out?
Well, I mean, sorry, I still don't remember our tactics bud's name. Ulrich. Yeah, when Ulrich, that was a ruse. So whether or not they're unconscious, we don't mind. This is just how far do we let this other group of people get before we...
I think Roswin specifically means Bupido.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies.
No, the doctor's unconscious. You didn't get a name, so I just went with doctor.
He, Jim Jar, was it, right?
Yes.
How does Bupido normally, you know, if something happens, how does he get rid of people? He's not all that physically intimidating, at least compared to Rond or someone else.
More or less, he goes off on a tangent, talking about his god, and then goes off and bites people, tries to stab in with his long nail, similar to a dagger. So restraining him with his hands behind his arms. I think Mint is correct with my English. Binding his hands behind his back or keeping his mouth shut would probably be the best way of not getting bitten or gouged in with fingers. Nails. They are very long. I would surmise about 9 inches.
So you could say that he's perhaps some sort of 9-inch nailed freak.
Unfortunately.
He
Interesting.
perhaps wants to feel us from the inside?
I'm not going to continue this joke.
If I wasn't so tired, I would be laughing right now. That was good.
He just wants to bring us closer.
To God.
Okay, enough. Jim Jar just basically states he basically bites into you, or using his long nails, which is actually true, but they're just not that long, slashes at you.
Well, that's less than ideal.
I suppose we well, it was a thing in my school. We throw a bag over someone and then beat them with things. It was a bit of a rite of passage.
We do that here too, but we usually beat them to death or unconsciousness and steal whatever they have.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
By all means, no one really likes him. We just don't do anything for obvious reasons.
When the guards change, like, do they like leave and then like 5 minutes later the new guards are here, or what's the actual changeover look like?
The actual change that overlooks like is they arrive, they exchange keys, and then the next guard takes post and the former guards leave. So they're always present. They just not are always looking at you. When the exchange of keys happens is when the most vital point happens.
And that happened very recently, right?
Yes, the changing of the guards based on how many days. I'm going to say you've been here about a week, so you know. Happens from every 4 hours.
Do we know the rotation already, and like which guards are more observant of us and which ones aren't? Is there something I can roll to be like on the lookout for that over the past however long we've been here?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
Gothos really hopes it's these guys because his shirt's in the door.
From what you can tell, it is more than often than not the guards that immediately... no, not immediately. Before the priestess comes, 2 guards before. Mainly because they can screw around and do whatever they want. Then the next guards come in, and they have to immediately clean up any mess they've made before the priestess comes in to belittle you. So they get a great chance to just get distracted, do whatever they want, because it's the next guy's problem.
Okay.
That happens roughly 4 hours from now.
Oh, okay. So...
We're gonna make Gothos hold off for 4 hours.
No,
Is,
I don't
no,
think so. But that just tells us that we have to be more careful and do more, what is it? Be like more observant with these guards than the other ones. We could have been
if you want to
strategize differently or whatever.
If you want to wait the 4 hours, we can just say you wait the 4 hours and then say the new guards are in, which is basically the guys that play solitaire. No, wait, that's a single person game. Go Fish.
There's a really great
solitaire.
silent conversation between Gothos and the rest of the team, and they're like, "Wait," and he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
you could just rip your shirt and leave that part in there, right?
Ulrich's just gonna like hold up his hand. He's working on something, and he's gonna take the mask and go into this corner here.
All right.
It looked like a plague doctor's mask, right? Were there any like metal fasteners on it?
There were metal fasteners on the bridge of where the neck would be, going behind the actual head, and then fastening once again on the other side.
All right. Basically going to take off the fastener and like grind it against the stone, and I'm making a shiv basically.
Go ahead and roll strength, or athletics.
I also can't wait for like my shirt to just be like, no, it was a really secure door, dude. Like you can't just put your shirt in there and pull it loose.
You do so. You make a shiv. It doesn't do piercing damage, but it does do bludgeoning damage.
And I'll go over and I'll stop by Toulouse and I'll hand her the. Be like, you're gonna have to cut Gothos's shirt free so that he can get away from the door and they don't see him during the 4 hours.
Cut Gothos, got it.
Mint's gonna pick up the doctor and kind of just carry him down here away from out of the way since he's unconscious.
Aw.
Do you steal anything?
I don't know if it's nice or not.
He has a good roll of gauze and his cloak. Do you steal any of that?
Well, yeah.
Okay, Mintus, you have 1 5'7" cloak and a roll of gauze. Toulouse, what are you doing?
Discreetly make my way over towards Gothos and cut his shirt as I walk by.
Okay, roll sleight of hand while you're just simply moving through the area.
To create a small distraction for her, I'm gonna like wink at the Drow man, and I'm gonna like put my fingers into his chest. I'm gonna be like, "This is all your kind's fault." I'm just gonna, say atrocities against Drow.
Toulouse, roll with advantage.
Oh, I should have been taught it. What is wrong with my side of hand?
I will also I mean it's not for advantage, but I'm just going to do some random voices of other guards I've heard in the past come the opposite side of the guards, so they're looking down the hall, I guess.
Oh, that's interesting. It won't give her advantage, but it'll give the guards disadvantage.
Yeah.
Can I?
All right. They rolled a 2 and a 1. So Toulouse comes over towards the shirt. It's not snugs. It tugs, but it does not cut. So you have to grab onto the shirt and slowly do it. It does bludgeoning damage, as I mentioned before. So it's not exactly cutting. So you have to poke holes through the entire thing and then rip it apart. All the while, Roswin is throwing her voice in the distance, distracting these two guards.
At some point, Gothos just like rips it off. It's like, this is not helping.
No, Toulouse managed to do it, so it's just dangling there. So if you want to do it, you have to go over towards it, tug and pull. That's still fine. You just no longer have to hold on to it. It was just a weird scenario altogether. Zareth really just didn't care what Eldritch is saying, is the only problem. He's resigned to his fate, so he doesn't care.
At the as soon as Eldritch sees that Gothos is free, he'll just stop and be like, bit deadpan, but excellent nonetheless. Thank you.
Right. I mean, I can understand, and then he goes on a tangent on why you don't care for the Drow, and he'll be like that for a while if you just want to leave him. That's fair. Roswell did the same thing. Okay. After the 4 hours are up, the doctor is eventually awake.
I'll hand him the bit of broken mask and apologize, but tell him it was necessary.
He basically took a short rest because of you guys. He was a little hurt anyways.
Oh, Mint would not take the clip.
I mean, you can and just hide it from him.
Literally, I have nothing to hide it, and so I might take the roll of gauze, but
Okay. You take the roll of gauze, but he still has a cloak and a broken mask now. He looks towards Eldath and then simply states, "Oh, thanks. From time to time, people call me Antidote. It's a nickname though, but no offense, but I don't exactly know who you are. And where I come from, names mean something. If you like, you can give me a different surname." Or not at all.
It's Ulrich.
Sure, I'll go by Eldritch.
Sorry, I thought you were asking my name.
Oh, well, I was going to, of course, but I was just presenting myself first.
Oh. My name is Ulrich. I punched you in the gut, stole your mask. Sorry, it was necessary. I hope going forward that this will not be held against me.
I mean, we are in prison, so I had assumed this was going to happen. Not so soon, though.
I assure you my intentions are not nefarious.
It's perfectly alright if they are. I can see how someone that lives down here can be a little cautious when someone enters into the fray. So I don't hold it against you.
Do I look like I live down here? First the dwarf and now you?
Oh, I didn't mean anything by it. I mean, you were held prisoner down here, so I assumed you've lived here for about some time.
we haven't been here that long.
Oh, usually the Drow don't allow their prisoners to escape. So I only assumed they captured you and restrained you here for some time.
I don't know.
But
I don't
what's
think
your
it's been that
story
long.
exactly?
Well, mine personally, I came from the capital city to help out any of the Drow or any of the Underdark folk, to help make sure that they were taken care of, making sure that they were well nurtured, well retained. Some of them don't exactly care for anyone outside of their own families, or often do not get discarded. They don't really care for people that go around helping people without asking for something in return. So they captured me and brought me here. He looks towards Eldritch and simply states, "Again, I'm sorry. I thought they had you here for some time. They often not try to break the prisoners' morale and minds. I meant no offense."
No worries. We haven't been here that long, and we don't plan to be.
Nods in turn.
And I'll basically go ahead and fill him in on the synopsis of the plan so far.
Okay. Well, if you fill him in, he then states, "If you'd like, I can help you. I can't really fight that much. I can fight. I'm not exactly what you would call a pacifist. I am a man of action, but I'm not exactly trained in anything larger than a dagger and medicine."
So you can take care of injuries.
Yes. It's my profession.
That could be useful to us.
He then looks towards his mask and he does state, "My mask here," then looks that it is broken. "Oh, I'm gonna have to fix this. There is a small portion of potion in the tip of the beak, which I managed to hide. I only have administration for one individual, about the size of a standard health potion. Oh, but I do have my gauze, which allows proficiency with my..." And then he realizes his gauze is now gone. Well, there's that. Minitus, you currently have proficiency with medicine.
Yay!
I suppose I can find more, but it's often hard to find clean cloth down here.
Oh, we need to find out stuff anyway, so we're on our way to try and look at that. See if we can find that first and then get out of here.
You know what? Since part of my personality, um, I think your name. I don't remember your name. Anyway, you when I was dragging you over here, you just fell out of your pocket, and I'll hand them the gauze.
Okay, well, you're clearly lying. So roll deception.
Yes, let's see how bad I do.
He looks at you, pats you on the head, and simply states, thank you. Pat himself. I'm afraid I don't have any candy. So I'll get you next time.
Okay, bye bye. Gonna just back over here and act like I did nothing wrong.
Okay. He does wrap up his hand in some of the gauze, not as if he's trying to heal himself or take care of his injury, more as if positioning it in a quick enough point where he can easily grab onto some and heal someone real quick. The best way I can phrase it is he's medic ready.
So if I understand the plan so far, we're waiting for the easier to sneak around kind of guards to come in, or not come in, but to be at their post, so that we can make our getaway.
They'll be there in
Right?
about 10 minutes.
I'm asking for the team out, so
Yeah.
But I thought we came to a conclusion, yeah?
Gothos
Yeah.
is still there up by the gate, like, yes.
Well, no, you can come near us now.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm separated from it, but I'm still not willing to just leave it in case the guards are like, hey, what's this?
No, I gotcha. I understand.
All the while, Aldeth eventually comes towards you. She looks towards Antidote. He doesn't look like he's from here. So she simply states, "Oh, are you someone..." Oh, wait, that's not her voice. "Oh, are you someone, that could assist us in this? I'm afraid I'm not sure who you are, miss, but if you're part of their team, I suppose," points towards Aldeth. "I suppose I could help you as well." "Oh, no, I'm not part of his team. I'm part of theirs," looks towards, Toulouse, and the only other person she cares about in your team, Roswin. "Oh, I mean, he is part of their team. I suggest you wouldn't cut him out. After all, we do need to all help one another." "Oh, I'm afraid you haven't been here that long. I suggest you don't really trust him and any of the Drow or anyone from here." "Well,
easy. We're not here trying to make any kind of divisions in anyone. We're all working together. Got it?
Very well." Antidote then states, "I mean, she does raise a point," gesturing towards Roswin. "We are all here to help one another. I don't understand why you don't care for the people of the Underdark, but I'm sure you have your reasons." But that's all he says. Not agreeing with her, but not dismissing her own claims. Seems to be a person that actually can mediate people, which might actually help you.
So what are we doing with that the guy again, the Pepito guy? Are we gonna just let him hang, considering that we've got a bit of a getaway?
If he dies in the foray, he dies in the foray.
Sounds good.
All the while, the other NPCs that you haven't actually spoken with gathered up as a team. Not to attack you, they're just bored.
They can see which way the wind is blowing.
That probably too. No one grouped up next to Pepito, though.
I wonder why.
So, do you guys get ready? The changing of the guard does happen in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we want to position ourselves in a certain area? I'm assuming that Toulouse is gonna be right by the door-ish, right? Or are you gonna stand by?
I mean, the door's already unlocked.
Yep.
Gothos is going to hide right where he is, hoping that this works. I mean, there's no guarantee, but
Can you
And in that case, I'm gonna be in this side.
sleep the guards, I guess?
Okay. The changing of the guards, not pictured, does happen. They exchange keys. They exchange greeting salutations. They exchange magazines. And then the first initial guards leave, and the second ones take their places and begin to take out playing cards and a chessboard. They seem to be depicted large dragon-like pieces. Actually, from what I can remember, and if I am not wrong, I think Eldith, you had a gaming board. Yes, it's your chessboard, chess set.
it's that blue bastard from Guardians of the Galaxy listening to Ooga Chug, Ooga Chug.
Sure. But one of the guards is currently setting up Aldith's former chessboard. Dragon chess
I
set.
mean, Ulrich?
Yes. What did I say?
You've been
Eldith.
saying Eldith.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's why I was not saying anything.
Alrich is his former dragon set chessboard.
They're not even playing it right. They don't.
They're setting it up as a game of checkers.
This is terrible.
Alright, do we wanna go?
Gothos is, going to give, like, the point to everybody. Ready? 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 Just pointing, looking with his eyes. Ready? Ready?
We
Ready? Ready?
sleep the guards, or
They're kind of distracting themselves, if I'm going to be honest.
I'm gonna give the help action to Gothos and Toulouse.
what am I
And,
doing? I don't think I need.
Okay, so I'm going to slowly try and pull this thing open. I'm not going to yank it. I'm going to give it firm but slow pressure.
Mhm.
And if that doesn't unlock it, then I'm going to signal Toulouse for the sneaky sneak.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand, Gothos.
Okay.
With advantage, thanks to Toulouse and Elrich.
Right by him, I'm like, you do it like that. I don't know why I'm not up there doing this. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait. Changing the music? You can continue on. I'm just changing the music.
22.
I never would have
Jeez.
rolled that well. You're way better than me.
Huh. This does say quiet theme, so it should be quiet stealth music.
It's just Sins of the Thought Father.
Ow. You know what? I'm just gonna go with escape if I can find it in time. Continuing to dock. You managed to easily enough loosen the thing without too much of an issue. It is barring open because it swings in a foot in diameter. So basically the short squad can get through, but everyone else would need to open it further.
Short squad advance. Advance. As soon as I have another event action, I'm gonna. But I don't. Everyone else acts first. Go, go, go.
Okay. Everyone roll initiative. However, Gothos will go at the end.
Curse myself.
Toulouse has advantage on initiative.
Toulouse
She
has advantage on initiative.
She has not used her help action yet.
So, are you saying that these guards here noticed us then, or do we get a surprise round?
I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm just doing this
All
to
right.
help keep an even spread of action. Plus, in case anyone screws up.
Well, no worries about me saying I go last on my natural one.
The only problem is I have no idea what I'm doing at going near first.
Okay, I'm assuming Eldritch has a higher dexterity than Bopido, so they'll go first. Roswin, you currently see that the opening is a foot in diameter, so you yourself can easily get through. So can the rest of your team.
Well, not everyone in the team, right? You said that it's only for the short squad.
In your former team that you have yet to pick up any NPCs, in total, everyone except for Antidote, Aldeth, and the giant mushroom and Shishar, the Awakened.
Our short squad inner circle.
Okay. But I'm not about to go freaking face first. So I'm gonna crap. Okay, well I'll be these are pillars, right? These things?
Yes.
So I don't have necessarily a line of sight to at least this guy.
You have line of sight towards him, but not the other.
I'll go this way a bit more just to have it. So I'm gonna hold a firebolt if because I want these guys to kind of go first for ahead of me.
All right. Toulouse. Currently the gate is open, but Bopido is currently not preoccupied. So if you do manage to escape, he might be a problem. However, the gate is only open enough that the short squad can get through, but not any of your NPC allies.
It's an up and down gate. Interesting.
And then, so we haven't, they're not fighting this yet. They don't know we're escaping yet, right?
No. One is currently setting up a chess/checkerboard now, and the other one is taking out a deck of cards.
Okay. I thought we can't. Well, I mean, I don't have anything I can do.
You have a shiv.
I wanted to put them. I thought you had. You don't have sleep, do you?
If these guards are Drow, which is what I anticipated, it's not gonna work on them. They can't be magically put to sleep.
I mean, I could attack them if we want to just fight them. I can use my magic wand. Or does magic not work on them at all?
I think the magic doesn't work on the gate. I don't think we've been able to do stuff in here.
The gate is currently open, so you can shoot it through the gate and hit them. You just can't hit the gate. That'll nullify it. But if it's magic missile, you shoot through the gate, you don't basically have to see them, you just have to know that they're there.
The benefit you have right now,
I don't want to attack first. I want to like hold my action, I guess. I thought we were all
Well,
gonna sneak
because-
past them. I'm confused now.
We were never going to be able to sneak past them. They're like, it's like an empty hallway with two dudes in it.
Gothos
Yeah.
is actively being like, attack, sister! Wipe these perfidious Drow from the face of them! Whispering,
Try and
go, because you need sneak attack. Go, go, go!
Yeah.
Try and steal their
fine.
weapons from them.
I mean, I have. You know what I do? I have freaking unarmed. I have claws. I'm a fucking cat. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna sneak through this stupid gate and sneak attack them.
But I made you the world's best shiv. Why?
I'm gonna use that too.
The
I'm
world's
gonna
best
use
shit
that
that's
and-
bludgeoning damage.
Oh
know
wait,
what I
yeah,
said.
no. I'm sorry.
So
I think my claws might be a little bit. I have claws.
Your claws are sharper.
I am a
You can
cat.
do your claws as an unarmed
Why
strike,
didn't I
but then
cut
you can
your
use your...
shirt with my cat claws?
It's
Could you
because
logic with your
you're trying to be
claw?
nice to the group. You're trying to, okay, I'll use your shiv. Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna sneak through and I'm gonna attack one of them. I'm gonna sneak attack. Which one do I feel like is more threatening?
The
Which
one with
one
the
has-
chessboard.
All right, I'm gonna sneak attack the one with the chessboard. So you stole my friend's chessboard.
He's the one to the
And-
south.
And I don't have any weapons except for a pulse and the magic missile
And your shackles.
and the shackles.
Mhm.
And where do I have a magic attack?
That's for later.
Okay. Alright. So, I'm trying to get this in order. Yep, I'm gonna sneak through. Which one's the blue one?
It doesn't matter. Sure.
Sneak through
They're
blue
honestly
and
a carbon
attack.
copy of themselves. They just look different.
Alright. Advantage?
They currently don't know you're there, so yeah.
And after hers goes off, I'm gonna attack that one because she went ahead of me.
And cat claws.
12 does hit, barely.
Cool. And sneak attack. Wait. And Jan sneak attack damage?
Correct.
Sorry. Attack. Oh, wait. There we go. Sneak attack damage, and then I can do. And bone. Wait.
You can attack with your janky ass dagger.
But you forgot that you had tactics.
Dicks.
Does
Yeah.
tactics deal damage? Ooh.
Does now. Only once per turn, but yeah, tactics does damage now.
Rushing in, Toulouse, you slip in through the chessboard, kicking over his game of checkers. He gets distracted to the point that he doesn't see your claws rake into his face. Clawing in, you do a significant amount of damage that he is now considered bloodied. But he's also mad and looking at you.
And I can now do my firebolt.
You can now do your firebolt. As this occurs, 13 does hit. Roll for damage. Are you aiming at the same person or the other guard?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope, same one because that's the line of sight that I was trying to go for.
Yeah. He begins to take out his spear that he had primed and ready, and then immediately gets shot in the back and falls over and dies.
Yay.
Work. Random, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna kill shit now.
That's fair.
Thanks, guys.
Mintius.
Has Puppeto noticed what's going on now?
Yes.
And he's getting ready to attack.
He's getting ready to be antsy. Attack? Maybe. Probably.
Looks like I'm going after him.
Alright.
That's 20. And make sure to click this. So I'm going to. Why did I got 2 left? Alright, so going to go into my rage. And I guess I'm gonna try and use the ladle as a weapon. I really don't have anything else.
Alright.
Oh no, we have the shackles
Yes, you do.
still, right? Can I use those as like a flail or something?
Yeah, you can use it as a makeshift flail. I don't think you'll have proficiency with flail. But just include your strength with your attack.
Oh, so +5.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately, a 10 doesn't hit. You grab your shackles and fling him straight towards Papado. It then clasps onto his hand, and then the other one just flings from your hand and then just hits at his side. Not enough to do damage, but it just has one of his hands now clasped in the chain. Shackle.
Okay. No, I don't have anything else.
All right. You can just stick your tongue out at him.
Just big old cow tongue stuck out. There you go.
He seems mad, and you're not the first person to target. No, this wasn't just the DM making excuses to target you. Slash, yes, it was.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Bring it on.
Antidote looks towards the situation. You've already told him your plan, so he takes action. Grabbing a large piece of cloth, he does rush straight towards Papado, taking at the cloth in a seeming-like fashion as he rips it through his sleeve. He gets enough that he seems to be able to bend it around Papado's neck. He clasps on tight. Minitus, are you assisting him?
Yeah.
Okay.
If shackles wrapped around his arm, I'm gonna try and pull him off balance.
All right.
To help.
Then he does get advantage on this strike. You grab on and yank in, allowing Antidote... Nice. Allowing him to grab on and press it. Luckily enough, he does know the vital points of people, so let's see if he does enough inert damage to knock him out. Plus his dex. Oh, and proficiency. Because
Knock
he is
him out. Knock
doctor.
him out.
Currently, he's being choked. Not to death, but choked. The next person that attacks him will get advantage, but unfortunately, I rolled low, so he's not knocked out. The NPC group is just waiting to see what happens. And I just got rid of Antidote. Papado is now his turn. I feel like he would get disadvantage on almost being choked out. So he goes flailing towards Minitus with his long, raking nails.
Bring it!
Oops, that is damage.
That does not work.
7 probably doesn't hit.
No.
Okay.
Unlike everyone else, I get to keep my AC.
He just claws straight at you, but Antidote is holding him still, and you're flailing English. I'm failing at it. His arms that he's just not reaching at you. Elrich.
I mean, flailing is actually a apt descriptor for both of those things.
I'm gonna go like what weaponry did this guard have?
A long sword and a spear.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out both of them, and I'm going to just like hold them out for the next people that come by. I may or may not. It's probably just gonna be only for my party. I do that.
All right.
And then, let's see. I will. Fuck. Is this this is a wall, right?
This is the wall.
Okay. I'll give the help action to Gothos and Roswin, who can both now move up to half their movement speed without provoking opportunity attacks if you need to get closer. Roswin.
Okay, so...
Or, not have a dead angle because of walls.
I believe you said half speed. Okay, so I think I can only go up to there then. Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to get a surprise action on this guy anyway, so I might as well up to half my speeds. That's 15, that's there.
Hey, you're next to me.
Actually,
You
you
want
probably...
a sword or a spear?
That's what I was thinking.
Isn't it still considered, I guess, a prize round because it's still the first round?
Yeah.
So you could.
It'll just have to be on your turn.
No, I'm
Well,
talking to Gothos.
No, yeah,
If
it'll
it's-
just be on his turn.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I think that's what I'm going to do anyways, because, yeah.
Okay. The spear is 10 feet long. I don't think Gothos can hold that.
So he gets the sword.
So he gets the sword. I mean, you can totally bullshit and tell me that you sure can.
Well, I mean, we can, like, I can do the whole thing, like, this is unsuitable, and snap it in half and be like, now it's good.
Sure, I'll let you do that if you want a spear.
I think Ulrich would probably prefer the sword,
Okay.
unless I'm reading him wrong.
Based on your height and build, you could probably carry a 7-foot spear. So you just break enough that you can hold it and still have the 10-foot reach. Okay.
Right.
The guard then looks at you surprised. He now has his weapons ready, but technically doesn't get to attack. This one's dead. Gothos.
Well, surprise round. Yeah, for Timora! Why is that such a small window that opened up? Hang on.
Open a bigger window then.
Yeah, it was my... I'm just gonna close it and reopen the character sheet. Sorry.
Happens.
And because I don't know what the spear is, I'm just gonna call it a javelin?
It's another polearm, yeah. You managed to strike straight through. Go ahead and roll damage.
What is damage for it?
For the spear, it is 1d8 plus dexterity. Plus proficiency if you're trained in martial weapons.
I am, and my dexterity is 1 less than my strength, so it'll be -1 off this. That's 5 damage.
You managed to strike through, but he's not dead. He is mad, and can now attack you on his next turn.
Oh, and oh, I'm sorry. I'm a paladin. Do you mind if I divine smite him?
If you may. You strike through with divine devotion. He's not dead or unfiend or infernal. So you don't get an additional 1d8. He does look mad. He does look bloodied. And he does look pissed.
Real fast, if you want to roll your attack with advantage, because you had the help action to see if you crit.
Oh, why not? Javelin, I did not crit, but I am a goblin, so I can do what my cowardly brethren always do.
I mean, he is an 8-foot tall drow.
Take disengage, and I'm not going to go beyond, but I will form a shield wall with.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do Fury of the Small.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, Fury the Small. Oh my god, thank you. So he takes an extra. Where's my Fury the Small? God damn it! It's here. My window is just so small. Oh, it's my level, so he takes another 3 damage.
Thanks to Eldritch and his help action, and thanks to you and your tiny situation, you do manage to do enough damage with Fury of the Small to knock him dead.
Nice.
That,
Tactics.
yeah, that was a team effort. Look at you guys, short squad.
As this occurs,
I couldn't have done it without you.
I forgot what you said. Machinoid?
Machinoid.
The children and Shishar, the pacifist, just look at you guys. 2 children, they mainly scout. 1 rock mushroom doesn't do much, and 1's a pacifist that doesn't actually take action to harm others. So they're just standing there. Roswin, The only person that's
Um,
actually going to cause you trouble is currently being choked.
We got this.
I was gonna say like, I'll give. Oh crap. Okay, fine. Are you guys just gonna put him to sleep, or are you gonna kill him?
Antidote does state, plan to knock him out, but if you intend to kill him...
I think I can get it up. I'll go there, and then I'll hold a firebolt if for whatever reason he doesn't get knocked out by one of these two.
Okay. Or 3. Toulouse, it's your turn.
2 guards out here are down. And that's all that was out there, right? So the only real threat is that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I even get?
You
You're
can get-
feline. You can move double your speed. You have, I think, something called the feline agility as a
Feline agility, your reflexes allow you to move a bird.
So you can move up to 60 feet, I think, in one round.
But I
True.
mean, at this point, are we not like just being like, let's go, let's go,
I
let's
know,
go, everybody out?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm like,
No,
yeah.
we can like get weapons and armor and stuff off these guards.
Yeah, I'll search.
Yeah, but
I'll search. You're right. I
one
will
of
take
our
my
own is
turn
still in
to
there.
search.
Roswin
my
is still
mounted
in there.
arrow.
I'm only in there in case these guys need it.
I like how
trying to
you
be
said
heard.
one of our own is still in there. Roswin's still in there. Mintis, the doctor, and the racist NPC and the children. They don't matter.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see miniatures.
Well,
My
they're
bad.
all fine. They're
But the doctor, I don't give a fuck about.
fine. I will go. Where was I? I was right here. Where's 60 feet? Where am I?
I was mainly talking
in
about the NPC
here.
children.
I can. Well, actually, 15.
Yeah, I come from a different world, alright?
I think.
If you click the right mouse on a square you want to stop, it'll let you continue the arrow, so you can do around corners and stuff.
Oh, where did I go? I lost it now. Oh my gosh. I had. Okay, was this thing?
Yep, and then you
You
click
right
on it.
click?
Yep, or it.
Oh, I did it and then I dropped it. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Where? Ah, no. Now I'm moving everything. Okay.
Just south of me. There you go.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
can make it there. That's 55 feet. Okay, now I need to go back to the other thing. I can do this. I can get behind him and I will do whatever unlethally damagey thing I can help to knock him out.
Okay, well, you can hold on to the other side of the gauze, and you can roll, technically you'd be using Antidote's, pressure point system, so you have to roll 2d8 plus, 6. No, wait, sorry, his pressure point system's a little stronger than that. So 2d8 plus 7, and do enough damage to knock him out.
Nope, that's not connected. Sorry, I disconnected my keyboard so I can connect my headset.
Don't want to pour the damage into him.
What did you tell me to roll again? I'm so sorry.
2d8 plus 7.
D8 plus 7.
I like how you did better than he did. You grab onto the other side and pull hard enough that he just goes and falls down to the ground unconscious.
I put my feet up on his back and put my
Rosin had her
down
finger
already.
guns ready. She had her guns ready when she sees us, whoa.
He hits the ground and he hits the ground hard, but Antidote stabilizes him before he basically wraps his hands together behind his back.
Across the battlefield, right after Gothos like laid upon a holy smite upon someone with all his racial anger behind it, and then Toulouse was just like wonk and did the exact same thing.
Okay.
Like, indeed, sister or brother.
Combat is
Keep
basically
reminding me
over.
about feline
I just
agility.
want to see what Minitus does on his turn. Minitus. Mintius. I keep going back to the wrong name.
Yes. I was actually gonna try and pick him up and body slam him.
You want to do it anyway? See if you want to kill him? Again,
Yes.
Antidote's fine with you killing him. He just doesn't want to be the one that kills him. Okay.
Weird ass moral compass.
He's not exactly gonna run away from you. So go ahead and roll body slam damage, which would be your strength. I can see Minitus being proficient in this. So add your proficiency. It would be considered an unarmed strike, technically. So a d6.
So d6 plus strength and proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Do Minotaurs not get like a gore attack?
That was one of the things I asked to withhold from this character because he's stunted growth issue.
Because he's mini. I feel like I've asked that before. Sorry.
Aww.
Well, here's the thing. He's kind of unconscious right now. Basically got down to 0 and then stabilized. So it's not that hard. You slam him onto the ground and you basically hear his neck crack.
Oh.
Well, he's not going to get back up anymore. That's definitely for sure.
Good.
You know, luckily enough, you only had to roll 5.
I'm going to keep my shackles.
Okay.
'Cause
This happens without an issue. Well, more or less an issue. Minitus did body slam a guy to that. But while this occurs, the rest of the NPCs that you did not recruit open the gate enough that they can rush through and just leave. If Eldritch or Gothos wants to attack them for any reason, you may. Oh,
Nope.
wait. The Drow's staying.
He's a weirdo.
He's a weirdo.
We ignore him and he decides to stay. Oh,
Alrich is
God.
just going to point at him. There is no
Yeah,
atonement in death.
He actually has yet to stop the monologue he was going to converse with you about.
I like go way around him because I am creeped the hell out.
That is fair.
If Gothos wasn't so concerned about getting out of here the whole time, he probably would have been just like arguing faith with the exact. I don't know. Nope.
Toulouse, is there anything
My
you're
bad.
doing with Papado? It seems that you're surrounding him.
I have to ask, did he have anything on him?
He did. Are you going to take it?
Yeah, what did he have?
He has one leathered bag. Do you open it and see what he has?
Yeah.
You open
I'm
it and
gonna
it's a
take the bag,
knife.
too.
It's a shank.
It's a shank.
It's technically considered a dart. Not a dart. Sorry, a dagger. But it's technically a warped piece of metal that he has been gnawing on for a while, which is why more than likely his teeth are considered a bite action.
I love
Oh,
daggers,
wow.
so I will keep it, and it's a warped dagger. It just does regular dagger damage,
It's
right?
just regular dagger damage. It's
Perfect.
just a makeshift dagger.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I need weapons right now, so yeah, I'll take that and the bag.
Okay. It's not a bag and holding, by the way. It's just a bag.
I know. We need anything right now.
That's fair.
You guys want to put your wooden spoon in my bag and? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The guards themselves had one other spear that's not broken and one long sword.
Right, so broken spear for me, long sword for Ulrich, and there's a spear and a sword up for grabs.
I don't really use a sword or a spear, so that's up to you guys. Is there anything else on these guards' bodies?
They're considered wearing leather armor. Light leather armor.
I need that.
And
Right,
what
is that my
about
arm? I forget.
the keys? They have them on them?
Oh yeah, it's on the person that Toulouse basically knocked out.
May I take it? Unless Audrey already took it.
No, he just stole the weapons.
Yeah, I had more immediate issues.
Yep. So I'll take the keys.
You take a ring of keys that have roughly 8 keys on them.
Cool.
And is it okay if I take the,
yes,
the
8
light
keys.
armor? Or
Yeah.
the leather armor?
If it's all right, I would like to take another set of light armor.
You do so. It would probably fit any one of you just to make things easier. But it won't fit any of the NPCs except for maybe Antidote. Or
Okay,
Eldeth.
yeah, alright, you guys, you take the armor, you guys go in front then. I'm gonna be back here.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you're the one that has disengaged and can dip on us in a second.
No, I mean, yeah, no, that's fair. I have the heals also.
Fine, I'll give Gothos the armor because I don't need it right now.
No, I didn't.
Minitus,
No, I was
why don't you
being
take another one of
passive.
these swords?
Okay.
But for Gothos, you can use leather armor.
So who's taking what weapons?
We will
There is
discuss it
a
at a
spear
later
and a
date
sword
only.
up for grabs.
I'm going to take. It's a long sword.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to take the long sword until I can get something better.
And I will offer the spear to either Antidote or Eldith, whoever would like it.
Eldeth does state, I can only use finesse weapons, I'm afraid. Eldeth would, but do you really want to give her a weapon?
You said Eldith both times there.
I did.
I am incredibly confused as to who can only use
Sorry.
finesse.
Antidote can only use finesse weapons like rapier, dagger. Eldith can, but Elrich, do you really want to give her a weapon?
I don't mind. She's the one that has an issue, not me.
That is fair. But she might stab you with it one day.
The
She does
higher
now
road.
have a spear.
Elrich is the dwarf who probably hates goblins, even though I am a, paladin of Samora.
Okay.
Alright, Paladin man, can you use this armor though?
I mean, I could, but
Then
realistically,
here, I give you the leather armor.
I forget if leather armor is going to help me that much. But yes, thank you.
I mean, are you? Because that's what I use normally.
Yeah, I'll be on the front line. We'll figure out the logistics of exactly what's happening in a moment.
Okay.
As you state that, Antidote does look towards you, Toulouse. Oh, I suppose you could use this then. He then just tosses you his coat / jacket, hoodie thing. It should
Cool looking hoodie thing.
yeah, it should provide you the same amount of body blockage. It'll just be a little lighter. Technically, his cowl is classified as leather armor. It just doesn't look the same as leather armor.
Ooh.
Which is why I was a little scared when Mintius stole it.
Well, he will not steal something that would not fit him,
That's
and
fair.
he doesn't wear armor. So
Then I got a cool looking cloak leather armor thing.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like leather armor.
Alright, so now that we've
Yeah, I look like a
distributed,
stylish man, right?
Technically.
Yeah.
Still look like an adorable cat, though. So, manly
Damn.
is maybe not the best word.
One
But
day.
keeping this in mind, you all gear up, gather up. Other than the children, because maybe you don't want to arm. Well, You did technically arm a child. As far as you're aware, managed to escape, managed to deal things, managed to take 2 guards down and a very messed up prisoner, all the while the Drow is still monologuing. You managed to get out of your jail cell, but now you're kind of in the Underdark. You do have a place to go, but getting there is going to be an issue as we end the session for today.